fans, welcome to my little 5-minute rundown for the week of May 10th. Basically, just a little reminder, I'm obviously not a professional, I don't do interviews, this isn't a report. This is just a little heads up of what you can watch for the week of May 10th. Interesting things that I saw, because I'm a fight fan, and that's all. I'm always going to pull for the underdog. I am very biased, however I respect them all. So, I remember what it was like as a fight fan to try and catch a fight and having to go to church basements or scrap yards or Indian reserves, or being somewhere and being scared you're going to get arrested. You know, getting stuff from the back of a newspaper 3 days after the fight. Thank God we're in the golden age of fighting, and basically all this stuff is at your fingertips. You just got to know where to look. And that's what I'm doing this for. Basically, so you'd have an idea what to do for the weekend if you consider yourself a fight fan. So, first thing I want to point out, if you're from Montreal and you consider yourself a fight fan, at the end of the month, the LaSalle Boxing Club is going to be having a little fight, $20. There's no way you can have a better night for $20. Guaranteed fun. Go ahead, check out their website, hit them up for some tickets, support local talent, man. Because that's the future, basically, and who knows what the heck you'll see. I go to as many amateur fights as I can, and sometimes it's better than going to an actual pro fight. So, next, if just a couple of little important things, if you consider yourself a fight fan, needs Twitter. Not the internet in general. Obviously, the internet's very important, but Twitter is the only thing that's actually ever made a fight happen, materialize. Facebook, YouTube, none of it ever made a fight happen. Twitter is solely responsible for this because of its unique, right at the moment blurbs from people. If you want to get an idea of what I'm talking about, just follow Nick Diaz on Twitter. So, other than Twitter, another suggestion I would definitely make, especially if you're Canadian, support, again, Fight Network. Oh, best channel there is out there. Thank God for the Fight Network. Both my DVRs at home are set when I open the TV to be on channel 116 Videotron. Fight Network, one of the best things that ever happened in my life. If you want to watch fights, basically it's the best thing to do, because India, Istanbul, Ireland, England, Spain, France. If it's a judo match between two chimpanzees and somewhere in Siberia, Fight Network more than likely is going to show it. So, do yourself a favor. If you don't already have the channel, get the channel, because basically 90% of the stuff I'm telling you I get from them. The other thing, obviously, like I said before, you're obviously going to need the internet. Because of the whole Golden Boy, HBO, Showtime, Cold War thing, you might need to stream stuff, and pay-per-view does get expensive. So, not saying to do it, just saying it is out there. Last but not least, since we're talking about the internet, do yourself a favor. I mentioned it on the last week's episode. Nabib Nurmagomedov, the Eagle, phenomenal talent. Little YouTube thing about him, he put out a video of himself wrestling a bear when he was 6. Just saying. Okay, so before I get into what we're going to watch this week, I just want to point out that the WBC suspended Adrian the Problem Broner, and it basically because of some comments he made over some Mexicans. Golden Boy said they're going to find someone to beat him. I don't think that's going to be a problem. Anyway, so to get on to what we got going on this week, if you have Spike TV or at least an internet connection, do yourself a favor. You got Bellator. It is the other show. Basically, it's the only other remnants from UFC squashing everyone else. And they got a good little format, and they're not trying to step on the UFC and they're not trying to do their own UFC thing. So it's a good little show to watch, and always good fights. Also, support Canada, again, Edmonton, Alberta. If you can, try and get it over the internet. I know the dude does it on his own website. MFC, Edmonton, Alberta, this Friday. Definitely going to be a crazy card. The guy knows what the heck he's doing. It's basically the Canadian UFC. As good as you can get in Canada on Friday. Also, so now Saturday. Saturday is going to be a very busy day. On the internet, you can go watch the King of the Cage in Michigan. And then I also think in Canada we got Hard Knocks in BC. That you're obviously going to have to go on the internet or have some hookups. But more importantly, if you want to give up 5 hours of your life to the UFC again this Saturday, they're putting out a free card on Sportsnet. 8 p.m. to like 1 a.m. From like 8 to 10, it's the free cards. And then after that, it's the main show. The only two main standouts I want to bring up from that particular card is that Steven Struve's making a comeback after 2 years. Welcome back, kiddo. Good warrior. I'm happy for him being back. I hope things work out for him. I hope he has a good fight. And also, Matt the Immortal Brown. This is the kind of guy a real fight fan endorses. Why? Because he was on 4-loss streak, and then he went on a 5-win streak. Now the guy's been out over some injuries and stuff. So, welcome back. Here's to you. I know you're going to put on a great show. It's going to be a really good card. Now, more importantly about Saturday, and the main topic of conversation. Montreal stand-up. Big bad Steve Earn is going to fight Chris Nightmare Areola. Now, if you're into heavyweight boxing, obviously you know Chris Nightmare Areola, up, down, all around. Good fighter, strong presence, seems to be in shape. The last time they fought, broke his nose. However, again, biased. Steve Earn's going to knock him out. And finally, we're going to have ourselves a heavyweight champion that looks like and fights like a heavyweight champion. Nothing against the Klitschko's, but I'm done with that. And hopefully they are too. On the undercard of the Steve Earn show, I just want to give a little shout out to look into this kid named Amir Young Master Iman. 13 fights, 12 KOs. That's right, you heard me. 13 fights, 12 KOs. Hopefully he is not, the imagination of somebody that can write really well. And this guy is the proof in the pudding. So I'm going to get to watch him on Saturday amongst with the rest of you. Very important to note, on TSN. Thank you, Dan Goosen, for doing whatever it is that you did to get this through ESPN. And thank you, whoever at TSN told the ESPN, give us the frickin' card. So at least there's going to be free heavyweight WBC championship boxing on frickin' TV. Very important, people. TSN, 11 p.m. DVR UFC, man. And last but not least, if you're coming off your high from Saturday and you don't know what to do and you're in your PJs on Sunday, get on the internet and type in the following words. Pancrase 258. You'll thank me later. So, again, this was the 5-minute rundown with Manny. This is the Fight Week Roundup. Basically, hit me up on Manny MTL. See you next week.